nice, man. I love my go-go. But back to the story.
Boy Jay Jones. I got Rick the Ruler and I got L Boogie with me. Welcome back. How y'all feeling today? How's everybody doing?
Go ahead, Al. Go ahead.
Good. Can't complain. Everything's been good.
You know, with me, everything is fine. You know, just staying busy, keep working, getting this money.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, I can't complain neither. Everything's good. As y'all see, my Titans, they got the upset earlier this week against Baltimore, so shout out them. And we're going to jump right into the shit that caught our eyes this week. So, first up.
Fire away.
First up is my man Lil Boosie. BOOSIEBADAZZ. My man Lil Boosie was on the internet this week. Last week I should say. He was caught on the basketball court on the NBA game. He had a Kappa sweater on. And as soon as he posted the picture of him in the Kappa sweater, Kappas went crazy. So the Kappas responded. They wanted him to take the sweater off. They didn't want him wearing his clothes and things of that nature. Boosie responded with a text or with the social media post stating that he got the sweater from the mall. He was in a mall. He was walking around. He saw the sweater. He thought it looked fly. It was fresh, and he wanted to wear it. So he thought he was going to get more support than hate. So as the saga drew out, he then responded to the Kappa saying that, you know, that they come out, they step to his song, Wipe Me Down, and that he wasn't going to stop wearing the sweater until he learned to dance. So Lil Boosie got his wish. On social media, a Kappa, I'm not sure who he is or what his status in the Kappas are, but he FaceTime Lil Boosie or hit him on IG, social media, and he began to show Boosie how to do the Kappa step or the Kappa dance. So it was pretty interesting. You can probably see that online somewhere. I think we might have the video of Lil Boosie being shown how to do the Kappa dance, which was pretty amazing to me. Y'all go ahead and check this out right here.
What I'm doing wrong? Like, gotta get them off. They can't.
I think the most funniest thing about this is the comments. The comments that were about this particular this step.
Down like this. Feel what I'm saying? And then hit them with a whole.
Boosie doing the shimmy just don't look right.
Yeah.
But I really want you to start with this. Just like you gotta. It's like coming through the crowd, you moving them out of the way. You know.
Why is this so difficult for him?
Cause Boosie ain't no dancer. Boosie a goon. So for those who aren't familiar with Lil Boosie is a hip hop artist who from Louisiana, who had a successful artist, but he has had some legal issues. He has some street cred. So a lot of the comments were what the Kappas were gonna do about it and how they were gonna do it because of Lil Boosie's status, being that he is a street guy and he's known to carry weapons on him, and it was just funny to see that. So Lil Boosie, after being shown the dance later on, then came back on social media and offered the Kappas $6,000 for the 4 best Kappa Wipe Me Down strolls, which I think was a good way to end all of this craziness to the Kappa Lil Boosie saga. So I think that was pretty good. What's y'all's take?
So my thing is, if they're stepping to Wipe Me Down, why can't he wear the shirt?
Well, because I think, you gotta go I'm not a frat, and I've been a frat, but it's the fact that a lot of them earn their letters and they go through things to earn, the lettering and to be initiated into the Kappas, and just by him not going through that process, it was kind of like somewhat of a disrespect.
And I understand that. I totally get that. I mean, coming from a family that's, heavy with fraternity and sororities, but I don't understand why you want to use the man's song.
Well, that was his argument. So he was like, y'all using wipe me down, but then y'all complaining about me wearing a sweater. So he had a point, and I guess maybe that's why they reached out to him to show him the dance. I'm not sure. But just seeing Boosie once again shimmy is
you cap or whatever you are, you can wear what the hell you want to wear.
I don't know, Rick.
Nah, it's not that simple.
I'm gonna wear what I want to wear.
It's deep.
I got folks in
about deep. I got folks too, but I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. If I spend my money, I'm gonna wear it. You got a problem? See me.
I don't know if you want to throw that out there, but it's
we can debate.
I got you, bro. I'm 100 with you, but I was talking to a cousin of mine, and he's in another fraternity. He was just like, if he was, I can't remember the fraternity, and I don't want to mess it up for him, but he was just like, if he was caught, wearing their colors without permission, somebody either would have gotten a stern talking to. Or he might just would have caught a fade.
Yeah, now I'm gonna tell you, I went to an AKA event, and I was told, because I'm not an AKA, but I was going there to be a prospective member. They were like, you cannot wear the colors here.
Yeah, that color shit is in that lettering.
I wore orange.
Well, I'm gonna wear what I want to wear.
I mean, you can wear the colors, but the lettering and everything that represents the frat.
Well, they should find out what mall he got it from and ask him stop buying. Selling it.
Yeah, I mean, why are they out there selling it?
Exactly. How about that?
That's just like if you go down here, they can sell it because they don't know if you're getting it as a gift. They don't know who you may be getting it for. It's like if you go down to Howard and you go into the Howard School store, you might find fraternity stuff down there and maybe getting it for a gift or something like that. So I don't know. You can't. I mean, to each his own. But I wouldn't recommend wearing.
But if you wear the Howard joint, ain't them proceeds going back to Howard?
The fraternity, I'm sure it goes back to the fraternity and somehow. But it's just like I said. You didn't go through the hazing. You didn't go through all the things that they went through to get. In the fraternity, and you just rocking it as a.
We don't go through the military stuff, but we still rock the Army fatigue and everything. So it is what it is. I'm sorry.
Hello.
I'm just saying.
I hear you, bro. So, from one hip hop artist to another artist, Trick Daddy T-Double-D made the news this week. He made the news. He was arrested in Miami for DUI and cocaine possession. And the picture, of course, went viral. A lot of people were kind of surprised on how Trick Daddy, his appearance, everybody kind of spoke on that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did.
It's a lot going on right there in that picture.
And it is a lot. But I don't know if everybody's familiar with Trick Daddy's situation. He does suffer from lupus. And he does not take the medicine that he needs to take for lupus. With that being said, he's went on interviews. He went on that Breakfast Club radio show with an interview saying how he self-medicates himself for lupus. He drinks Patrons, Ciroc, and that and
cocaine.
Smokes weed with cocaine in it. So yes, he self-medicates himself with cocaine. So that is why you have a picture like this. I'm not gonna joke, Trick. I mean, it's a bad picture. It's definitely a bad picture. He has lupus, but you can't self-medicate it with drugs. I mean, that's just bad. You don't want to do that because you're gonna get a picture like that, and that could lead to other health issues. So,
but they said he was hitting signs and running red lights.
Well, he was drunk.
Yeah,
he was probably high. I'm not going to say take away what he did. You still can't drive drunk and you can't be high
because you got lupus. Right.
But that I'm just saying the drugs and the alcohol went to what you saw, the picture, the mugshot. That it had an effect on the appearance.
Yeah, that looks like some years though effect.
Oh yeah. I mean, T-Double-D been out the rap game. I believe he's on Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Yeah,
I don't really watch it. I haven't really seen his appearance lately outside of what social media is posted, but it's definitely not a good look to self-medicate with cocaine and alcohol.
Well, I just hope he learned from his mistake and he go ahead and take the proper medication that'll help him through this.
I don't think he will take the proper medication.
I can hope.
The proper medication, Rick?
Yeah, I pray that he does take the proper medication, but I don't know him personally, of course, but maybe things will change, but just knowing Trick as a street dude,
And he's in Miami, like he got access to everything.
Built off cocaine. I don't really know if that's gonna happen, but on a positive note though, Trick Daddy does have one of the most successful restaurants in Miami, and he has a new talk show on Miami's most popular radio station. So we just gonna pray that Trick receives the proper medication.
Yep.
And he receives it and takes it, and he moves on. He can move further from this and go back to being Trick Daddy that we know.
Yeah,
no doubt.
So moving from Trick Daddy dollars to the luxury and to the Prince and the Prince Harry and his wife Megan. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah, Megan.
Right? Okay.
Yeah,
Megan. They stepped down as they made the news this week from stepping down from royal duties, and they rolling out from UK. They rolling out. They said deuces. This is what a good black woman would do for you.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that right there. That's what a good black woman should. Prince Harry was up there playing 2K, FIFA in the basement, and Megan was like, "Hell nah, we rolling out. We getting up out of here. I don't care what the duties are. I don't care what the backlash we get. We rolling out." So they want to go ahead and they want to move out. I think they're moving to Canada?
So I heard Canada. I heard they were going to do a balance between the UK and North America, and they really specifically say where in North America.
Right. Now I heard they said they weren't moving to California until Trump was out of office, so that's interesting. But they said Canada, and then they said they trying to do regular jobs. Or
yeah, so they with them having their royalty, work, they weren't able to have other jobs. So now that they're stepping down, they can have other jobs.
Prince Harry can go as Carson Wentz, the Philadelphia Eagles, double, because he looks exactly like Carson Wentz. No homo, but he can go as a double for Carson Wentz, even though he's more famous than Carson Wentz. But
no doubt.
But he can get that job, get a little bread from the NFL. And speaking of jobs, he actually negotiated a job for his wife. I don't know if y'all heard that.
No, I didn't.
So I don't know where they were at an event, and Prince Harry mentioned to the Disney CEO Bob Iger, I think that's his name. He mentioned to Bob how his wife does really good voiceovers. So when he mentioned that, caught Bob's attention. They started talking, and his wife was actually hugging and interacting with Jay-Z and Beyonce about. They were talking about voiceovers, and a few days later, Megan was signing a deal with Disney for a voiceover for Disney. So
get that bag, baby.
Yeah, man.
He looked out. Yeah,
I ain't mad.
He got off the couch. He put that 2K controller down, that Xbox controller down, and got to work. So I don't know what voiceover and Disney she's gonna be doing, but I think that's definitely dope. He negotiated that or brought it to his attention and got his wife a deal. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah,
so
he can go back and play that game because he did his job.
For right now,
he did his part.
Yeah, she gonna get. I don't know how many roles he negotiated and things like that, but yeah, he could chill for a moment. He got that pressure off his back for a minute, because I was interested to see what jobs they was going to do. Like, what jobs would you...
Man, they ain't going to be no Chick-fil-A.
Not like that, but you just, can you imagine calling the office and she just pick up the phone as the receptionist or some shit? Or they transfer?
Yeah, just a regular old job.
Like, that's some crazy. That's crazy. But also, too, I want to mention this, too. It caught my eyes. I know we don't have the actual clip, but I want to shout out Serena Williams. She won her first title in 3 years, and her donation money, the prize money that she won, she donated to the Australian wildfire relief, which was pretty dope. And I also want to shout out Akon. I don't know if y'all seen, but Akon has just been... he's got his own city in Senegal, which is definitely dope. I don't know if y'all noticed or heard or keep up with Akon, but he definitely is providing power to a lot of African countries. And he's getting ready to have his own city built using with a lot of the futuristic things that we're looking forward towards the future. So I want to definitely shout out Akon, because that's definitely a dope venture.
Yeah, that is
big moves.
Yeah, that's definitely stunting right there. So we need to raise the raise the criteria for entertainers. If you ain't investing in cities and stuff, buying your own city.
Yeah,
I mean, some entertainers can do it.
Man, you be like, I'm going home. Where you going home? What difference does it make? I own a city.
I'm going to Akon City, dog. I'm going to my own city. That's definitely dope. So shout out to Akon. Shout out to Serena. That's definitely shit that caught our attention this week. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cut to a 30-second break, and we're going to come back with our topic of the day.
No doubt.
I'm about to set my plan in motion. I just might scoop my van, drive all the way out to the ocean, do the damn thing, the lickety split, back to my city. I don't play that shit. I might travel everywhere that I please, but I'm DC till the day that I leave. Oh yeah, I get a text from my peeps, meet me down the creek, lot 15. Let's do something to ignite that spark, like doing it in the park, because all I want to do today is free my thoughts and get away. Take some time for me today, BS and drama free. It'll still be there, whether it's one day or two. But right now all I wanna do is enjoy myself, enjoy myself, enjoy myself for me. If I could just enjoy myself, so happy to hear and know my energy. I can't wait to get out and do me. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Friday, just getting off, 6 o'clock, ready to wind down, turn up, hit some D, make you call whoever, and do whatever. Look, let's take a ride through my city, where they call the ladies round here pretty. Get us wrong and our attitude borderline shit. Nah, I ain't going there. I'm not going there. Just do me a favor, y'all, and enjoy yourself. Yeah, 'cause all I want to do today is free my thoughts and get away. Take some time for me today and take some.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's the Keepin' It 100 podcast. So today we talking about college. Is it the right choice to make nowadays? How, like, is that the move we doing nowadays? Like, it's a huge topic right now. I know I have this conversation with my sons. I got kids growing up, getting ready to go to college. So it's a conversation in my household that is definitely talked about.
Okay.
So let me ask y'all: Did y'all go to college?
I did twice.
Jeez.
Okay. And what made you go to college?
Myself, honestly. Neither one of my parents went to college, graduated from college. I kind of forced myself to go to school. So I moved away from here, went to Charlotte, North Carolina, went to Johnson & Wales University, stayed there for 4 years, ended up liking it, staying another 2. But I put myself through college. I worked full-time and went to school full-time.
Okay. So when you said your parents didn't go to college, did you feel like because they didn't go to college, I know you said you personally went, did you feel like because they didn't go, like that you had to go, or did you do it for your career, or did you kind of do it for both?
I did it for both. I did it for them. You know, they didn't go, and, you know, we really didn't kind of go through a discussion on why they didn't go.
Right.
But I did it for them, and I did it for myself.
Right, okay. All right, cool. What about you, Rick?
Well, I didn't go. I kind of figured college was the middleman.
Okay.
So, I mean, college teach you a lot. So those that go to college, big up, hey, whatever. But I was doing the street knowledge.
Okay.
So, you know, the far as, I mean, when I say street knowledge, you know, I was learning from people's bad and positive experience as far as credit, debt, and everything like that to prepare myself when I became a man and move out and got married and have kids of my own. So
okay,
college wasn't for me.
Okay, now I'm gonna go back to Boogie. So when you went to college the first time, did you go right out of high school or did you take some time off?
So I actually ended up going to Montgomery College for the first year, And then I just knew, okay, community college wasn't a good fit for me. I didn't have the support I needed. The academic advisors were not helping me. So I found Johnson & Wales. And when I found Johnson & Wales, it was a private school. And that counselor followed me throughout the entire time I was there. The teachers knew me by first and last name. So it was like everything I needed.
Okay, so the experience down there everything was good to go.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, they help you follow through with your plan. So they'll put an academic plan in front of you and help you to follow through with it.
Shout out Johnson Wells.
Yeah.
Shout out them. Y'all can send us a sponsorship too. She just got love. Montgomery County, Montgomery College. But still, don't be disencouraged though. I actually went to college. I was in and out. As soon as I finished high school, I kind of dabbled with college. My mom's side of the family definitely has a history of going to college, finishing college. But that really wasn't the reason that I went. I really didn't have an idea. I just thought it was the next thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that's what life was, like the American standard. Like, you went to high school, then the next step was to go to college. So I went to college. I went out to Prince George's Community College. I went there for a few semesters. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. Stepped out, went away, started working. Always had a full-time job, but then I went back. I kind of just was in and out. And then what really led me to kind of focus to finish and get a degree was actually my job. So I was working in hospitality, and I kept constantly getting turned down for promotions. And they kept using the fact that I didn't have a degree. They kept using that against me. So I said, you know what? Like, I'm going to just go ahead. I'm going to go back to school, and I'm going to get this degree. So I went back. I got the degree. I just finished in 2017. And as I got the degree, the more I worked in the industry, the more it kind of was like, you know what? I don't even want to be in this industry. And it got real frustrating. And of course, I finished with the degree, but it's like now being in the industry that I got the degree in, it's like I don't even really want to be in that career field no more, which is kind of sad. But that's what most of America is at. Like, they get these degrees, and then they end up in a totally different career field. And you got all this debt. You know what I'm saying? You got a ton of debt because you didn't know what you wanted to do coming out of high school. And I think at 17 or 18 years old, or even 19, when you come out of high school, to make that decision on what you want to do is definitely a difficult decision. It's a decision that affects you the remainder of your life. So you got to figure out what you want to do. So I recently saw, I know it's old news, but one of Obama's daughters, she took a gap year. Okay. So a gap year, I don't know if y'all know what a gap year is. So, do y'all think that taking a gap year is effective as far as going to college? Like, take a year off and then go ahead and go to college?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's effective because hopefully she had taken that time to really decide what she was going to do or what she wanted to major in. But even still, I would tell you the gap year may have helped, but then maybe when she got in, she also said, okay, this is not really what I want to do. Let me switch gears.
Because a lot of people feel like the gap year could be, it could be like a bad thing because once you get out there, you out of school, you know, you don't want to go back into school and things of that nature. But studies show that 90% of students that take time off, they enroll in a 4-year institution and they actually finish. And they get fairly decent jobs. So, a lot of people who take the gap year, I mean, they say that you want to take the gap year to travel around the world and do things of that nature. I, as a parent who's getting ready to deal with a child going into college in a few years, I would encourage my oldest son to try to think and figure out, have an idea of what he wants to do. But I mean, like, he could take a gap year, but in that gap year, you still got to be productive. It's not sit on the couch, play 2K or video games, chill and do nothing. Like, you still got to be looking to see what you want to do.
You know, my thing, if you take the gap year, well, and not talking about Obama's daughters, because she ain't gonna be worrying about no financial aid.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Not at all. But for the regular individuals such as us, While you taking that gap year and while you figuring out what you want to do, learn the financial part of the debt.
Yeah.
Because that is what's going to burn you. I just refuse. And this was one thing that was like my sisters and brothers, they went to college.
Okay.
But then I've seen the debt that they had to take on. After you get out of college, you get this degree, you get this master's degree. You have a ton of debt and you working at McDonald's.
Damn.
It just didn't make
it happens.
It just didn't make any sense to me.
That's true.
I mean, if I'm gonna pay a bill back, I'll pay it on a house.
That's true.
Yeah.
Something that's gonna be mine.
That's true.
I mean, and now, hate to cut you off. College now is not the paper; it's who you know.
That's true. And college is an investment.
Yeah.
College is a huge investment. So, like you said, it is about who you know, and it's about who you know, but it also depends on the industry that you go into. Because some industries, they want you to have that piece of paper, and it's a requirement, and that's kind of how they phase individuals out. Like, if you ain't got it, okay, we're not even looking at that. You know what I'm saying? But if you have the experience, a lot of places feel like the experience, you know, if you have it, it's just as equal as a diploma. So you mentioned debt. You know, half of America, the average student loan debt is between $35,000 to $40,000, depending on the school you went to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel you on debt. I'm in debt with student loans right now.
Yeah.
My student loan debt is over $50,000, as most of America is, which is pretty crazy. But it's definitely who you know plays a part into it, and I also think that school nowadays, it's more ways around it. So now with social media emerging, you got a lot of independent thinkers, and you got people who don't necessarily need to go to school to earn an income.
Now I wanted to touch on that.
Okay.
Because
Talk about it.
I have a good friend, and he owns a trucking company. So actually, he was in prison for a long time. Okay, he got out of prison, became a truck driver, opened his own trucking company, makes $250,000 a year.
And what does debt look like?
None. He has no debt.
That's
So when we talk about people who didn't go to school, and then for instance like him, he's a felon, but he's making $250,000 a year. I'm sitting over here on the struggle bus.
Yeah. We gotta realize, if you look at the most wealthiest or influential people, they either have some sort of college degree, like college experience, but most of them don't finish. So why is there this huge push to go to school and finish school and think that you're gonna come out of school and land this whopping $100,000 job? Like, why do we think that? Like, why is that narrative? Like, it's baffling to me. So, I mean, like, for me, like, I'm going to throw this out there and I'm going to let you go ahead, Rick.
Yes, sir.
So, the average tuition in the USA for in-state schools is $10,000. For the average tuition for private schools is $36,000. And out-of-state tuition for a regular average school is $22,000. So, you add that up for 4 years, and you going for a degree that I don't want to say no degree counts, but something that's not really gonna get you that type of money where you can at least pay it off. Is it really worth going to school?
I think if you have a knack for something and you're passionate about something,
true,
you can take that money and invest in what you're passionate about, then cutting out the middleman for college.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, I think one of our guests.
I'm trying to say that no, it's not necessarily worth the investment. The more important thing is to have a plan, know what you want to do your research. You have to do a little bit of forecasting to understand, the industry that you want to be in. What is it going to look like in the 4 years after you're done getting your degree, or the 8 years, or however long it's going to take you to do that. You can't just go in there because that piece of paper isn't necessarily going to get you in the door. So you have to be a little bit more forward thinking.
Right.
I actually wanted to add that, to me, I feel like if you start in high school with just trying to find some type of trade that you enjoy doing, because a lot of people go in college not knowing what they're just going because they've been told that's what you have to do.
That's the traditional thing.
And if you want respect, you have to go to college. If you want to make big money, you have to go to college. But I feel like in high school, if you're learning just basic things that you enjoy doing, and by the time you get out of high school, you might actually continue doing that, you want to invest. So whether it be college, whether it be a trade, whatever it is, you kind of have an idea of what you want to do.
Right.
And speaking on trade, like if you go to a trade school, the average cost for a trade school is $33,000 for the whole, like for everything, for your
Books.
for the books, everything, and that's and you get everything, like you complete everything.
Right. Yeah, and
like
they refer you to people that's hiring.
Yeah, like and,
seriously, most trade schools refer for jobs.
Right, and so that's to speak on that point. Like most people, when they go to the trade schools have a connection with the industry, all the industries to get you in, and to get you a fairly decent salary over like $60,000. So if you look at going to a trade school, you cut down on debt, and you still get the credentials, the certificate, and things that you need, and you get a fairly decent job, and you get a pretty decent job, and you leave with less debt. You know, I feel like that's the win right there.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to school for being a doctor or a dentist or lawyer or something of that nature, then yes, you do need to go ahead and go to school. I don't think there's a trade school for doctors or dentists.
Nah,
like that.
Would you want to go to a doctor?
Yeah, exactly. But I definitely feel like if you don't know what you want to do, I think you definitely should take a look at the community colleges. You should take a look at the trade schools. Like definitely, and trade schools they include computer networking, culinary, engineering, things all like carpentry, all things like that, which are still needed in today's world, and they pay.
And will be needed 10 years from now.
And they pay. Like, I mean, so if, like Rick said, if you have a passion for teaching, then, definitely go ahead and pursue your passion for teaching. But if you don't know what you want to do, and you just, trying to make some bread, like look in the industries, like your friend, going into trucking, that's a huge industry right now.
Yeah.
And it's making bread. So I think that, if you don't know what you need, want to do, like take a look at those options.
But to your point about with trade school costing a lot less than college, also just the connections, them connecting you with the job that you want, the ideal job. I struggle, undergrad and grad, with having the school connect me with opportunities.
Yeah, I've had that.
You spent all of this money to attend this school, and then when you reach out to them asking for help to find an opportunity that's relevant to your field, they're reluctant to help you.
They connecting you with the bottom of the bottom. Like, I had a similar experience. I was actually in the industry that I was going to school, which is good. But like when they would send me references, they'd be like the bottom feeders. Like I'm in hospitality, so they would send me like restaurants, like low budget restaurants and things of that nature. And I was like, yeah, like I can make these connections on my own. You know what I mean?
I just think college is what your parents went back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I don't think it's...
I actually think college is more like credit. So you know how when you get out of high school, you need to develop some type of credit. Mm-hmm. But when you get a job and they see that you've gone to college and you committed to that for 4 years, they're like, well, I would like them to work for me, whether they got all C's, D's, and F's, it doesn't matter. They committed for 4 years, failing, but they committed. I'll go ahead and hire them. So to me, it's like credit with college.
That's what I always thought college was. I thought college was to show that you were able to finish something like in a particular time. Like you stuck to going to college for 4 years. Like that's all it really showed. Mm-hmm. And now don't get me wrong, college does have benefits. It's fact of like we spoke about Boosie not being a rapper, but being in a fraternity and things of that nature, and that also sets you up for connections. You do networking, you do internships and things of that nature that are able to get you in positions to make money. But it's just kind of like that experience. Like, is it really worth going into debt over that experience unless you're gonna make money that's gonna have you to pay that off.
Okay, so for me, because I started at Montgomery College, but I didn't get to Johnson & Wales until I was probably 22, 23.
Mm-hmm.
I already had a full-time position as a revenue manager with Marriott. And I was sitting in the classroom with all these kids who hadn't even had a job yet.
Yeah.
So when I was done, I was done. I was burnt out. Yeah. Because I was working full-time and I was going to school full-time. When I finished my degree, I kind of thought to myself, why did I even do that? Did I really need to do that? Because I was a manager throughout that entire time.
And you know, I've done the certificate for bartending, and I was so upset because everywhere I went, no one ever asked for it. And I was like, that was a waste of time and money.
But let you not have had it.
Right. That would have been the first thing they asked for. So it's like, why would you,
I mean, I don't want to sway anybody from not going to school. I just want
I recommend getting a job first in that field.
Yeah, you definitely
out if that's really what you want to do.
I definitely
and most jobs even pay for it.
Yeah, that's true too. I definitely feel like you should at least take some time out. You shouldn't go straight into a 4-year school. I think you should definitely look into like a junior college. And I also know that a lot of in New York, the junior college they put out like it's free now. Like in New York, you know what I'm saying. You can go to community colleges for free, which is similar to a lot of overseas and like other countries like Denmark and Germany and places like that where you don't even have to pay for school and things of that nature. So, which is another factor.
Is it Montgomery College? Is it Montgomery College free? Is it the first year or what's the program?
No, come out your pockets.
No, I could. One of those county execs got tuition free, and I don't know if it's for the first year or if it's for the whole time that you're there. It wasn't in place when I was there.
No, and if it is, it's new. You know? And it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of colleges, community colleges, should definitely take on what New York has done as far as making community college free, because a lot of kids don't know what they do. And Rick, like you said, a lot of people go to college based on, you know, their family went to school and they feel like, you know, they got to follow up and go to school. And they think that's the way of making money, you know, a whopping, you know, getting bread. So it's just like they should do, you got to do your research. Yeah, and you definitely want to go to a community college if you don't know what you want to do.
You know, the same amount of time that let's say you're going away for college or you're sending your kids away for college, the same investment in time you put into trying to pick that perfect college for them kids should be looking at their career. Put that investment in and see if that's something you really want to do you're going to sit there and pay that debt and you're going to do 4 to 8 years of that. Is that really what you want to do?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I thought like I entered the hospitality industry in 2006. And it was something that I thought I really wanted to do. You know, I like to travel. I like the perks of it. So it was something that I thought I really wanted to do. I was still fresh. You know, I thought I did my research. And as time went on, I was like, man, I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? So I just even think like if you think you want to do it, you know, go ahead and do a community college. You know, if you go to school and get the degree for your, you know, the remainder of the 2, just keep your options open. You know what I mean? Because
no doubt.
The world is changing. We're going into more of a tech world now. A lot of jobs are being eliminated, you know, or going to be eliminated in the future. So you definitely want to make sure you do your research on it.
And I would say too, the competition is fair, especially in the DC, in the metropolitan area. I would say being here, if you look at some of the jobs now, it's not even a master's that's required; it's a PhD. Okay, like your master's probably has no significance now.
Yes.
But that's all a hustle. That shit is a hustle, man. Like, that's bullshit, man. Cause like real shit, man. Cause like, man, you out here, you fucking accruing debt to get a job, and then you fucking get a job that requires a master's, and you only getting fucking $70,000, but you just invested $180,000 and $200,000 to get this master's, and you only making $70,000. You'll never fucking pay that debt off. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
And you know, I think that's just capitalism. Like they see that, you know, people are investing in things of that nature, and you know, they trying to weed people out, so they trying to make you go to school and try to make that shit a criteria that you, man, fuck that. Be independent, go to a trade school, go to a community college, get a little bit of experience, network, and build your own shit.
So why don't you tell us how you really feel, Jay?
I'm just saying, man, like, that shit is a hustle, man. I've always thought that shit was a hustle, but I fell into it because I thought I was in an industry where I wanted to excel in. I wanted to move on. I thought I wanted to build a career in it. And as I got into it and as I kept going forward, I just realized, like, man, I got my bachelor's degree and I applied. And that shit, I mean, I haven't, really used it to the advantage that I thought I would have used it. But now I'm sitting here getting calls, having to pay $200, $300 a month for fucking debt. And I'm doing the same shit I was doing before I had a degree.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit just don't add up to me. And that narrative of going to school, that shit is cool if you want to, like I said, pursue, whatever, like a doctor, lawyer, or whatever the case, your reasoning for going to school. But just keep in mind, like, that debt shit, them bill collectors are on your ass.
Yeah.
And they calling you from different numbers. They doing all kind of shit to get their bread. And just know, you might get out of school and you might not be making what you think you gonna make.
And you can't put college debt into bankruptcy.
They
gonna get their money.
They gonna get their money any kind of way.
80 years old. So you gonna pay that money, baby.
But you never gonna pay that shit back. Like,
basically,
you know what I'm saying? Like, depending on the school you go to, like, if you go to a private institution, like, you rack that shit up, you ain't gonna be able to pay that shit back. Like, what's the likelihood of you paying that shit back?
I've had people who are attorneys tell me, listen, I'm gonna die before this is paid back.
Yeah.
No, it's not worth it. No.
It's just not worth it. I mean, in my estimate, if my kid, I tell my kids now, my oldest, like, you always want to get good grades, you always want to thrive, and if you can get a scholarship, if you can get a grant, take advantage of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You still want to have an idea what you want to use that money for, but go ahead and take advantage of it and go to the school that you think you want to go to. You know what I mean? And go ahead and still thrive. If they're going to pay for it, go. But if we got to pay for that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to discuss some options and we're going to discuss what it is. I mean, the world is changing. I mean, there's different ways now to, like I said, to earn income, Do
you feel like you had help, like coming out of high school, do you feel like your counselors were helpful with helping you find grants and scholarships to go to school?
No, at all.
I'd have to second that. I did not have that support from them.
Because in and this is my problem even with high schools. Okay, they can teach geometry and all of this stuff.
I felt that shit twice. I felt geometry. I had to go to summer school for geometry.
That's what I'm saying.
Terrible.
How much is it really going to help you as of today?
Yeah, the criteria of school is totally...
When they could have been teaching credit, school, and all of this.
Taxes and shit like that.
Come on now.
Yeah, I agree with you. The whole criteria is a little off. It's a lot off. But that comes down to politics, you know what I mean? Yeah. We gotta get involved in that. But the criteria, geometry. I mean, some people might want to go to architect, and that's cool. I guess if that's what you.
But they're making everybody go.
Yeah, everybody has to take class. Everybody don't want to see it. Hey, bro, for a guy that went to summer school twice, went to summer school for algebra, bro, or geometry. Dog, I'm with you, dog. I fucking hated geometry, man. I hated that shit with a passion. But I feel you. Like, I think they should teach more life situations like taxes, like things like you said, like you
maintaining your credit.
They should make a class called street knowledge and teach you all of that stuff.
We getting there, we getting there slowly but surely. They got hip hop classes. They getting, more African Americans, celebrities, entertainers and stuff. They trying to get stuff like that in the school, which is needed at the high school level.
Yeah, exactly.
You go to school and you get all this debt and your life has changed forever.
I just wanted to say I've always thought college was somewhat of a scam when they made me take electives that I didn't want to take. It's like, I don't want to take these classes. Just teach me what I want to know. But when you force me to spend money on something that I just took in high school just to give me a credit with, no, I've already done this. I've already know this. Just teach me what I want to know. Yeah. But they force you to get into debt. So I feel like it's a scam.
I think that's why I always ended up in like summer school, night school, because I felt like the classes weren't really to what I really wanted to learn. So it was like my attention span, I was doing other things, but I needed those classes to graduate. And of course, you want to graduate on time. So I went to night school and summer school to finish, to go to college, because I thought that was the next move. But I just feel like it's not the next move. Not nowadays. And I don't want to, like I said, when I have these talks with my son, like I don't want to not make him feel like how he is.
Still be there. It's one day or two. Wanna do, enjoy myself.
Open. You know what I'm saying? I want to tell him to keep his options open. I don't want to discredit junior college, because people think that if you go to junior college or community college like that, it's a bad thing. And the stigma around community colleges is just, like it's a bad thing if you don't go to a 4-year school. Now, I would say I would have liked to gone to a HBCU. I would have liked to go to Howard. I was supposed to go to Morgan State, but I just never really I wanted to go, but it didn't make sense to me, and I just never went. All my family on my mom's side went to HBCUs, but if that you know what I'm saying, I would have wanted to go for the experience, but now looking at it and seeing that experience is like $100,000. Fuck that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually want to see a college player like sports, because I want to see like a player like Zion Williamson, like somebody with a lot of hype coming out of high school, turn down like a major D1 school like Duke or somebody and go to like Howard or Morgan State.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying, go to a school like that. I think that should have changed the dynamics on everything as far as the sports world. That's just my take. I want to throw that in.
Yeah, no doubt. I have to agree. You have all of these top players. You look at the NFLs, 88% of us. The NBA, and just imagine if they didn't go to them top schools.
Yeah.
How would these top schools be? So Howard University, let's say everybody went to Howard University.
I mean, the homecoming's already lit.
It'd have been a dream team, baby.
Imagine if the team, was actually I don't want to take nothing away from the HBCUs, but imagine if, like, they had that Zion Williamson type player, like, the homecomings would be even better. The money that they would make, the exposure that the schools would get, like, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with you, man. I definitely feel like that'd be definitely dope. I mean, that's just my take. I mean, Zion Williamson, Duke, and all those schools and the ESPNs, they made so much money off of him. Like, just imagine where that money could have went if he went to a black HBCU. So that's my take right there.
I agree.
So
definitely.
So what would you tell the kids coming up? Should they go to college? Should they go to vocation? Trade school? Should they get certificates?
Going to real estate.
Well, damn.
Rick just skipped it all together. Said real estate.
All right. He gave you what to do, what field to go into.
Yeah. We all gonna always need somewhere to live.
I think if I had kids, honestly, I would just give them the choice of either college or I would say military.
Okay.
And coming from a family that's heavily military, I would say you keep that in mind because there is a benefit there for you to go to school as well.
True.
Yep.
True. Like I said, I try to tell my kids, you want to continue to do as best as you can in school, but keep your options open. Have an idea of what you want to do. You know what I mean? I think that's key. And then maybe take some time off. Maybe not going to high school. Maybe not going to college straight after high school. You can maybe take 6 months off. Try to do the job. And then come up, make your mind up. And if you still don't know what you want to do, at least go to a community college. And at least get the general classes knocked out. The English, the math, and things like that. And then hopefully you'll have it figured out by then. And maybe we can get you in a 2-year school. But some people don't know that. Some people, it takes them a little longer. Mid-20s, late 20s.
Even, when you're talking to your kids and stuff like that. Okay, if college don't work out, then what? If this doesn't work out, then what? You need to have down the list at least 5 hustles that you can do besides college.
Yeah, have backup plans.
But you gotta know what you want to do. You gotta experience it. They got, you know what I mean? Everybody want to be an athlete, entertainer. Social media got people want to do stuff so they can get social media fame. it ultimately comes down to the kid and what they feel like they want to do.
That's
you
why
know
I say
what
get
mean?
a job.
Yeah,
Get a job.
Yeah, definitely. You want to.
You'll
you know,
find something out there.
I was working at the age of like 15 or 14, 15. So yeah. So
Even if it's just with family members.
Yeah.
You can get your hours in high school. You know, that's how you find out what you like. But sitting at home, that ain't gonna get it.
Hell nah. Hell nah.
That's not gonna get it.
So I don't know if y'all heard earlier. We're in a different year, but in 2019, at Morehouse, Robert F. Smith, he paid for the 2019 class. He paid or he made a donation for $40 million to clear up everybody's debt from that class, from the class of 2019.
I wish he stopped past my school.
So, I mean, that's where it's at right there.
Gosh.
So imagine you went to a 4-year school like Morehouse. You got your degree, and then you ain't got to pay nothing.
And you go to pay that debt, and it said debt clear. Debt paid.
You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying at all, man. That's definitely huge right there.
They better have some doctors on the house, because I'm a faint.
So I know. I mean, just imagine the classes before and after. So 2018, they probably salty because they ain't get their debt paid for. And 2020, wishing he come back so he can pay their debt off. Shit, I hope they get him back.
Come on back.
Yeah, because man,
they
I can only
letters
imagine.
and everything.
Yeah, come back.
Help us.
We'll put a statue out there in front of your name, bro. So I mean, that's definitely what it comes down to, man. Yeah, it's an investment. It's definitely an investment. So, like I said, if you go to school, if you go to college, go there. I hope you go to be, doctor, lawyer, dentist, and things of that nature. But if you don't know what you want to do, take a little time off.
Take that gap year.
Still be productive, though.
Yeah. Get to work.
Yeah, still be productive. And then come back. If you still don't know what to do, at least go to a community college. Or if you do know, go to a trade school. There's nothing wrong with those options. They still need it. They still pay. And go from there, man.
And also don't put that debt on your parents.
Yeah, because I ain't paying it.
Yeah.
I ain't paying it.
Yeah.
Hold on your parents. Don't really put it on yourself. You know what I mean? Like some of us have to carry that load ourselves.
Yeah, that's up to the individual if they decide. But if
I'm deferring like shit right now, all the payments.
If you decide to go to college and I got to pay for it, I'm leaving the country.
Hey, it's wrong, baby. Yeah, I feel you, man.
Changing name and everything.
Man. Look at going abroad too. I feel like if you go abroad, I think that's a real good way to still be in school and still kind of get that experience of traveling the world to see what you want to do. A lot of schools offer it. A lot of schools offer the, they offer those programs. So look into that as well. I didn't go abroad.
I did.
How was that experience?
It was great. I learned a lot. I studied and I worked. So there for a month and a half in Thailand. Okay. So studied and worked.
That's okay.
That's what's up.
Was the experience good out in Thailand? Like,
it was amazing. I didn't even feel like I was studying. It was more like I was on vacation.
Oh shit! Don't tell them that.
It felt like a vacation to me. I mean, I guess because the schoolwork was really easy to me.
Thailand stock about to go up.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely encourage that. I wish I could have went abroad, but I didn't go abroad. I don't think I was ready to leave the country anyway. but definitely look into college. Look into it as an investment. Look at your options, and definitely make a smart decision. Know that decision will take you. It'll affect you the rest of your life. So look into it. Cause I know people who ain't got no college degree and they still making bread. Like they still making 6 figures.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Did you want to say anything to our studio guests? Did you have any last words?
Just have a plan. I mean, it can't be mommy, daddy's plan. It has to be your plan. It takes you a little while to figure it out. That's okay. But your life, they can't live it for you. So you have to make the best decisions for you. And if college isn't that, get a job. Get a certificate, get an experience, but you gotta take responsibility for your
True shit, man. Don't live out your parents. Don't live them out. Don't live your parents' dreams out. That shit could be costly.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Y'all got any final words? Y'all said everything?
Yeah. I mean, you listen. As a 2-time college student, I got everything out.
Hey, do your research. It's an investment, man. We the Keeping It 100 podcast. I'm Jay Jones. That's Rick the Ruler. That's L Boogie. One shout out to our studio guests. We the Keeping It 100 podcast. We out. Titans, baby, Titans. See y'all.
Enjoy myself for me.